I feel like Corbin was built. He wasn't born, he was built. No, I haven't kissed anyone else. He's not your man, Melanie. I don't know if this is your show, Melanie, actually. The way she reaches inside you, feels around for that little insecurity of yours, and goes, hey, look at this. I makeshift my microphone because I only have this teeny tiny little guy, and I take the magnets for it and I make them a little handle, but they fight me sometimes. Hold on. Perfect. Hello, Starshine. Welcome. My name is Kayla. You may or may not know of me. If you do, we've met under mystical circumstances because none of my videos are public right now. Yes, welcome. Love Island. Love Island, Love Island, Love Island. This was bound to happen at some point. Me making a video on Love Island. It was right in front of me. Right in front of me. So yeah, let's talk about the first week of Love Island Season 8. To be clear, I'm not going to give a full recap. I'm going to assume you've seen it or have seen bits of it, or you just like my face for some reason. It does look really good today though. Okay, so let's get into episode 1 and meeting all the Islanders. Do you guys remember episode 1? It was a while ago. I came here for love. Wow, right? That was some stuff. I could not imagine the humiliation ritual that is the start of show lip sync. But I must say, I admire it from a production standpoint, especially in a world where genuine craftsmanship and human effort are becoming a scarce commodity. Like, could you imagine doing that whole dance? And I did theater, so like I know what it's like to like have a large production like this where it's like a bunch of different people and you're just like one cog in the machine. It's so much standing around. It's so much waiting. It's so much just wanting to be over. And I imagine they're probably like really hot too. So it's cringy, but A for effort is all I gotta say. So let's move on. Let's talk about Anaya. I don't remember exactly what she said, but I remember saying out loud, oh, I love her energy. Like, you know how like just some people are just so sunny and so sweet. I just got the vibe right away. I was like, I want to be friends with her. She looks like so much fun, but also not Anaya saying she's been single for 6 months. I don't know how long that first relationship was though. Did she say? Because if it was like several years, like Kenzie, we all saw the memes about her at the beginning of the show because she kind of has large eyes. They're beautiful, but in the wrong context, they can be a little jump scare. I can't really explain it, but Kenzie just screams 2012 to me, and I love that for her. But I get a sense she wasn't like a Tumblr girly. Like, she wasn't a Tumblr girly in 2012. Wait a second, I forgot I'm way older than these people now. I'm 30, by the way. So never mind. She wasn't on Tumblr or Facebook or Pinterest then. Probably she couldn't read. Beatriz. I feel like TV makes me want to think her name is really hard to pronounce, and it's Beatriz, right? I mean, I kind of say it with a lisp because I have a lisp. But like, it's Beatriz. It's Beatriz. Like, am I getting it wrong? Am I just like confidently like saying her name wrong? And I also appreciate people like respecting and like making sure they're saying it right. So I think that's really the intention. But because people keep asking like, am I saying it right? I keep thinking I'm saying it wrong. If that makes sense. So I'm just gonna call her Bea because I'm so afraid of saying it wrong now. Anyway, what a self-aware queen. I do have some critiques about her, and like, I have critiques about everyone, let's be real. I have critiques about everyone at the end. But my first impression of Bea is she seemed super self-aware. I also get the sense that she's someone who has done a lot of therapy and like just soul searching in her life. Like, I can't say for certain, but she really strikes me as someone who's really put in the work to better understand herself. Also, I don't come from a super athletic background. I did like a little swim in high school, and I didn't try very hard. But with Bea, I can only imagine the number of men who get intimidated by this woman's just athletic prowess, her success. That being said, she kind of makes boring TV because, I hate to say it, she's a little too unproblematic for me. Like, even when she's kind of causing drama, she's not really, if that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, that's Bea. Trinity is gorgeous. I mean, all these girls are gorgeous. I love her little double nostril studs. I think that's so cute on her. It looks so elegant. Like, she looks like a princess. I'll be honest, during like the first few episodes, she was kind of the one that I'd forget whenever I was like listing everyone, because she didn't have a lot going on in like the first few episodes. You know, I'd be like, okay, we got Anaya, we got Kenzie, we got Melanie, we got Beatriz, and then who's that last person? Oh yeah, Trinity. Like, it was kind of like that. By the end of week 1, she is easily my favorite girl. I think she's so fun. She seems very lighthearted. Did she say she's a Gemini? Because I get strong Gemini vibes from her. Like, she's so sweet, so bubbly, so cute. I know we're all like divided over Melanie right now. We're in factions. First of all, who made her this way? Who did this to her? I want to know that. I want to know so I can give them a talking to. And also, I'm very quick sometimes to judge the things Melanie does, but I will say, I'm not saying everything she does is okay, but sometimes I admit that I see certain parts of myself in Melanie, partly in the sense that she reminds me of a younger version of myself who dealt with a lot of insecurity. The other part is that we're both Scorpio girlies, and oh man, do I understand what it's like to be emotionally off balance and then to be like triggered beyond that. Girl, when we Scorpio women are off balance emotionally, whether that's our routine is off, we're in a new environment, someone new that we don't know very well is talking to us sternly, yeah, we're gonna get psychotic. And the reason why is because we really value our sense of control, but at the same time, we're very emotionally intense. So it's a lot of upkeep. Like us Pisces, Virgo, and Scorpio ladies, the villa would be rough for us. It would. You Leos, Geminis, and Sagittarius, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Sign up for Love Island right now, you girls. Like, go for it. Cancers and Aquariuses, it's a toss-up. You guys are either the backstabbers or the truth tellers, but it's all for the love of the game, isn't it? Tauruses, Aries, and Capricorns make great bombshells, and Libras cause the juiciest drama. Did I just do all the zodiac signs? Oh, and I thought what Melanie said about the term girl's girl in her intro was really interesting. I get a little fatigue over the term girl's girl, but like not like the word itself. I get annoyed when other women use it as a shield for not taking accountability. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I thought you were a girl's girl. I thought women don't put each other down, but it's like we're just trying to hold each other accountable. I think that's what she was trying to say. But Melanie, I don't think you were a girl's girl. I don't think you're a girl's girl. Ooh. Like in the real terms of the sense, like, you know, like she was saying, like it comes down to like your actions and like supporting other women. Girl, you don't do that either. I'm sorry, you don't do that either. Also, when all the girls are gathering and it's like, it's really fun when it's like all the girls and like none of the boys are here yet. It's like summer party time. But the pinky promise they make in case anyone ever gets delusional. I loved it. I was like, yes, this is gonna be such a good contrast for later. I love the little pinky promise, the little pact they did in case anyone ever gets like delulu. And I loved Kenzie looking around at everyone like Marcus. Her eyes just make me think of Marcus, you know, where he's like, New Orleans. Like that's what I think of. I also love the term roster girl. I'm sorry, I live under a rock. I've never heard that term before. That is such a nice way. That's so classy. Like that's such a classy term. We need more classy terms for good time gals. So the men walk in, Bryce and Sincere walk in, and I can't with Bryce. So Sincere, I wrote like nothing on Sincere in the beginning. Like I'll be sorry, like I have nothing for the men, except that they're all like attractive, I guess. But Sincere, very handsome. My serotonin rises when his hair goes down. It's great. Bryce is actually oh, I'm laughing because I cringed so hard over Bryce coming in. He's a little cringe, but I do harbor affection for him because he sort of reminds me of Matthew Gray Gubler. And I had a huge crush on Spencer Reid from Criminal Minds when I was a teen, and I'm so real for that. But you know who he also kind of reminded me of? Have any of you seen Love Overboard yet? He kind of reminds me of Prasad. At least first glance he did. First glance, he absolutely reminded me of Prasad, and Prasad was icky. I also admit, and we'll see this as it goes, but he does grow on me throughout the first few episodes to the point where I feel oddly protective of him. But why did they give him the Benson Boone? Every time I hear that Benson Boone, the Moonbeam Ice Cream, I just think of, have you seen that cameo with Brittany from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? She's like doing a cameo and she starts singing it. That's all I think when I think that song now. I'm like, that's who likes that song. Mormon moms, got it. Zach, I absolutely hate his little quirks. His cute little quirks, I hate them. When he started talking, I was like, I hate this guy. I really do. Not, I mean, hate's a strong word. I don't know these people, but you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, And the reason why, it reminds me of a time when I was in college and we had this foreign exchange student who, unrelated, was also British. And for the first day, we had all of our own little intros because this was like a theater class. And he like took out a guitar and played a song he wrote. And then he had this like monologue about how he was looking for his Pam from The Office. Where he was like, you know that show The Office? And everyone was like, yes. And we all know. He was like, well, I'm looking for my Pam. And all the other girls were like, oh. And I was like, Really? And I was just rolling my eyes because it felt very performative. You know, like, it's like, oh, girls love when you talk about wanting Pam from The Office. You know what I mean? And then it's the same thing where he like talks about his cat. He's like, oh, bitches love cats. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get a weird vibe from him, so I don't really like Zach. Zach might be one of my least favorite guys now. I'm gonna say it. Like, I don't know. It's just like it feels like he's really trying to perform for the female gaze. And in my opinion, part of the female gaze is you're not performing at all. Unless you're like performing, like you're dancing. We like that. But we don't like a performative like facade. Or like at one point he's like, we need to get a cat. We definitely need to get a cat. Or what does he say in like the intro? He's like, if you don't get along with my cat Lola. I'm like, I'm a dog person. So Casey, I wish I had things to say about Casey, at least like my first impression of him. But every time he's on screen with Anaya, because spoiler, they couple up. Every time he's on screen with Anaya, I'm just looking at Anaya because he just kind of fades away. And I'm just like, because she's like one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. So yeah. The only note I have is about how he said he loves his freedom. Okay, well, that's enough for Casey for now. Sean, rip. Sean he's alive. He's just not on the show anymore. Well, we're gonna talk about Sean anyway. We're still gonna talk about him. He's very handsome, but I admit, like most people, I think, sadly, the kid thing would be a red flag to me. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think people with kids shouldn't be on Love Island. Like, there's so many issues with that. The main thing, like the most immediate issue that comes to mind is these people are in the villa to find love, or that's why we're in the villa. We're here to find a soulmate or whatever. But I don't know if it's fair to like tag on additional roles to that soulmate partner position, you know what I mean? Like, you're looking to fill the position of someone's soulmate. So I don't think it's fair for that person to be like, I want a soulmate, but also I want a mom for my kid. Like, I mean, I think in the wild that's totally fine, but on like a reality TV show, I don't know about that, bro. Also, him getting called Officer Sexy Pants, I'm sorry. No, they didn't. No woman has ever called you Officer Sexy Pants. No, like, I could not imagine a woman, like, he absolutely made that term up. You know he did. Or the other thing is like, maybe someone did call him that, but it was an elder woman. It was a woman not from this century. You know what I mean? Like, or like it was someone's mom. Officer Sexy Pants. Okay, so that's all the Islanders, and they go right into a game where they play 20 questions. A big takeaway for me with this season so far, I think the Islanders are okay. They're okay. But the production design this season, baby, the production design, it feels like they took every bit of criticism that viewers had about the way games were going and the way like Islanders get to know each other and the way things are revealed. I think they took all that criticism to heart and actually like did something with it, because there are so many I'm not saying it was like profound questions in the 20 questions, but it was like stuff that was provocative, for the show. For this show, it's provocative, not like for 60 minutes or something like that. But I thought they were asking like really good questions, like some things that like definitely like hit hard, like the checking your phone one. That was good. That was juicy. This was probably my favorite way they've ever coupled anyone up on the show. Also, after everyone's like coupled up, I'm not gonna like go over who's coupled up. If you know, you know. But after everyone's coupled up, the next morning, like the guys get up and pretend they know how to cook, and it's so cute. Little Islanders cosplaying cooking, that's cute. Come on, that's cute. Skipping ahead, like they had like some conversations the first day. I don't really count it though, because it's like so early on, so we're not even gonna talk about those conversations. Let's go straight to where the bombshells enter for this next little game they're playing. I was not paying attention to what this game was because I was like good after the coupling. I was like, I don't need to know, so I was kind of just pouring my drink. But when the bombshells came in, I was hyped. I was so hyped. Kata pulls off high buns and high ponies in a way that my facial features will never allow. She can do that slicked back look that all the other clean girls are doing. That doesn't work on me. I just look like a bald baby. Really jealous of you girls that can pull that off. That's chic. And Kata is also very chic, and not gonna lie, the more we get to know Kata, the more I kind of love her. Like, I think she's perfect for the show. Gabriel, on the other hand, Gabe, I'm just gonna call him Gabe, looks like a kid I used to babysit, so I'm not very attracted to him. It doesn't help that he always kind of looks like he just did something he wasn't supposed to. Like, he has this like look on his face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm projecting the kid I used to babysit because he was always doing something he wasn't supposed to. Maybe he was someone I babysat. Who knows? These people are way younger than me. I could have babysat any of them. And yeah, that's a weird thought. But yeah, that's what I have for the first episode. So by episode 2, just to like give like the basest hint of detail. Bombshells basically took whoever wanted to explore other connections and didn't want to lock in with their current couple, which was Zach, Bryce, Trinity, and Bea. They were all kind of like about their couples, which, you know, Sean handled it. He handled it. Did he handle it well? No, but he handled it okay. Can we talk about how perfect it was that like both bombshells got 2 people? What would have happened if like more than 2 guys, 2 girls, like decided they didn't want to be coupled up? But the bombshells then would have like gone for like every person who didn't, because what if there was more than 2? You know what I mean? But it worked out, I guess. Like, I think 2 is perfect for 2 per bombshell. Perfect. Low key, I was expecting a little heated rivalry, so to speak, between Bryce and Zach, a little challengers moment. I don't know why I was expecting that. Like, Love Island's like the straightest show. Maybe the second straightest next to like The Bachelor. But it's like, it's a straight show. But I will say, Bryce trying to third wheel and like get in on the action with Zach and Kata, and then being like, no, you're not. You're gonna be on the edge of the bed. Like, that was like one of the funniest. I missed it the first time too. I had to rewind it because like I was getting the aftermath of it. I was like, what just happened? My eyes could barely handle it. It was so hard to watch in the moment. But now that it's behind me, it's so funny. You know what they say about comedy, right? A tragedy plus timing. And it's very funny now. So yeah, Kenzie and Sean at this point are kind of freaking out. Trinity and Bryce are hella chill. Sincere, there was also this part in this episode, I'm pretty sure it's this episode, where Sincere and Melanie are having this talk, and Sincere says something along the line of, oh, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not a guy you have to worry about. He may be saying it like really with good intentions. That's such a red flag for me when a guy's like, it's kind of like, you know, there's nothing hiding here. There's nothing to see. It's just, Bea and Trinity are also very chill. And they're sort of not really rivalry over Gabe. I think they both know he's not the one. Like, the thing I noticed in like the first episode is like, he doesn't talk a whole lot, and he doesn't talk about like very like in-depth stuff. But I don't know, I also want to give him the BOTD because English isn't his first language, and I can imagine it's really hard to like express yourself in a second or third language, because you know what I mean. Like, I get that. But when we get to some other bombshells later on, he gets so chatty. Did you notice that? He becomes a chatty little Kathy. And one thing I'll say about Zach, he deserves a lot of criticism for certain things. I will say the way he went for Kata after Kenzie, I didn't see anything wrong with it, because I thought he made it pretty clear from the beginning that he wasn't into her. Like, he told her, like, you're not my usual type. He didn't cuddle with her in bed the first night. So I feel like he was doing what he could to like let her know, like, hey, I'm not super into this. And I don't think she was fully picking up. He was being a little too subtle about it though. I think he needs to be a little more direct with Kenzie. I love when Trinity tries to have deep conversations with these men. It's like, what is it like? It's like trying to make a pickle powered lamp, if you've ever done that. You know, because theoretically it can be done and you can draw the power out of the pickle, but it only goes so far, and it's a lot of effort on your part for what? A little light bulb to light up. Did any of you do science experiments in school? This is what I did. After the bombshells come back with their selections, I thought it was very funny how messy the fire pit texts were. I mean, we all loved that. Kenzie blowing a kiss at Zach was pure cinema, and that's episode 2. Sean is definitely feeling a certain way about Bea. He seems a little hung up on her. Yeah. Also, the girls are really tense around Kata, and Kata doesn't help with that, and I love that for her. Like, Kata gives such black cat energy. Love that. I would be so afraid to approach her. One way the show has kind of helped me in a weird way, like, I've always been really intimidated by super hot girls, because who isn't? But watching bombshells on this show, like, especially watching, like, if you remember Amy from like season 3, if there's one thing I know from like the baddie bombshells, they are the softest of the group. They just have the hardest outer shell, but they're like, I know Kata's got a heart of gold. I just know. And it's very delicate and very fragile, and we must protect it. Well, actually, we don't need to, because she's doing a really good job protecting it herself. But yeah, I love Kata, actually. And maybe I'll eat my words. I've been hearing that she did something in the past, but like, I also heard it was kind of warranted. Am I wrong? Tell me about what Kata did. I don't know enough. I'm trying to like, just get my opinions out. But hold on, I'm just gonna look it up, actually. I'm just gonna look it up. I'm trying to type while my tripod's on my desk. I love that for Kaylor. I typed in Love Island Kay. And of course, Kaylor comes up first. Aaron! Yeah, I looked up what I could just now as I'm filming. I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about Kata. I still don't get it. Was it that she was kind of mean? I was kind of mean in high school. What are we talking about? Oh, she was mean in high school. Yeah, high schoolers are mean. Tell me what I'm missing. Think about me. I know I'm never going to be on Love Island, so I spent a lot of time thinking, what would it be like if I was, though? And honestly, being the first bombshell has to be like the best position in the whole show. Connections are forming, but no one's really closed off, so you're not doing like serious damage. And by the end of this season, people kind of forget you were a bombshell. Like you're almost like an OG, if that makes sense. So I think that's a great position to be in. But also, if I was Kata, I'd be doing everything she's done. I would do that too, except for maybe Coach Zach on how to make a good apology. That was a little, I don't know about that. Trinity and Bryce, meanwhile, I'm not gonna lie, they're being kind of cute. But it's the cute that reminds me of like two teens that met while working at the mall, and they're like dating for the summer. And by the end of the summer, one of them is going to come out as queer, like inevitably. Also, one thing I love about Trinity and Bryce, I'm pretty sure it's when Trinity's talking to Bryce. There's a lot of stuff I'm just guessing right now because I'm kind of going off memory. But I'm pretty sure Trinity and Bryce have this conversation where Bryce is like talking about his modeling stuff. But Trinity's like, well, what else do you do? What else do you do? And she kind of like digs a little deeper. And he's like, okay, well, I also like fix garbage trucks. Or something similar like that. And honestly, Trinity reacts the way I would, where I'm like, yeah, tell me less about the modeling. Tell me more about like that salt of the earth work you do. Because I think that's way more interesting. My Apple Watch is telling me to stand. Like anytime a contestant on the show isn't a model, I'm gassing. I'm hyped. I'm like, sweet. Normal people jobs. I know it's not really their job anymore because now their job is influencer after the show, but I love to see normal people jobs. More of those, please. Meanwhile, Zach is prepping to poll Kenzie for a covering my ass chat, and like Kate is coaching him, like basically saying like exactly how the template works, and that's fun. It feels like they're getting ready for like their first YouTube apology or something. But I love Kenzie's petty ass denying Zach closure. Kenzie is also kind of like grafting with Sean at this point. And I don't know, like they're both very attractive people, but I never really got like a sense of chemistry from either. It kind of felt like it was very much giving, I'm sticking with you till someone better comes in. You know what I mean? Like it was okay. Their kissing looked good. They had some good kisses, I will say. Sean seems like a good kisser. That's my one merit for Sean. Everything else about him I kind of just forgot. Also, this is around when Sincere polls Kata for a very boring chat. It's the famous pineapple on pizza. I don't care. I don't care. Watching Kenzie go to Gabriel for a chat, I was like, no, I'm exhausted just like talking about this part. I do get the sense that Gabriel is looking for someone like Kenzie. Like, he seems attracted to blondes, but also you can kind of play in Kenzie's face, I think. You can't with like Bea. You can't do that with Bea. She's gonna call you out. I don't know if Kenzie will. I could be wrong, but that's just the vibe I get from her. Melanie got super pissed off about the boring ass chat between Kate and Sincere, and yeah, from this point in the show, I was like, no, not Kate, not Sincere. He's not your man. He's not your man, Melanie. I don't know if this is your show, Melanie, actually. That's episode 3. Episode 4 is where things, in my opinion, start to like kind of sizzle a little bit. We're still not there yet. We don't really get there till like episode 6, but episode 4 is still fun because we have the Office Bitches game. And this is also when Corbin, who I don't think is a real person, comes out. I feel like Corbin was built. He wasn't born, he was built. And he was built differently. Let me tell you, when the Office Bitches game started and ended, I did not pay attention to the Corbin thing at all. I didn't even notice he was in the game. That really says a lot about Corbin, if I'm being honest. You know what I did remember from the Office Bitches competition? I always call it a comp because I watch Big Brother. It's not the same thing on Love Island. These are two different shows. What I did recollect from that first game was Melanie being petty. Not the petty I like. She was not the petty I like. And then Kata just being a tit for tat bitch. We love a tit for tat bitch. Love a tit for tat bitch. Ooh, Kata, and I forget what like the cue was. Like there was a prompt where it was like dunk the Islander that's like, I don't remember what it was, like here for the wrong reason. Something shady. It was something shady. And she was like, I did it, but I love you. And I'm like, girl, you shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Like Kata's a tit for tat bitch. I knew that the minute I saw her. I knew that. Which I'm like, Melanie, you're Scorpio. You should have known better. You should have known better. I want to know what Kata's sign is. What's Kata's sign? I'm going to guess it right now. I think I get Capricorn vibes from Kata. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, she's an Aquarius. Girl, she's an Aquarius. That makes so much sense, actually. Look at me being like, oh, not the one I guessed. Makes so much sense. No, that's a really good one too. Yeah, so Kate is an Aquarius. I know a few Aquariuses, and they have a certain mystique about them that I think is very intimidating, and I can see Kate, and so it totally makes sense why Kate is that. But oof, yeah, you do not tit for tat in Aquarius. Holy shit, they will nuke you. They will nuke you with words and actions. Also, the whole secrecy of like none of the guys knowing that there was a bombshell there. I'm like, oh, this is where it starts. This is where the lies start. This whole show's a tit for tat bitch, actually. So let's just talk about Melanie's meltdown. I'm trying to make a pun with Melanie and meltdown. It's not happening. Yeah, I think Melanie did need a bit of a like, hey, this is what you're doing. Like, I think she did need to be called out a little bit, and I think that was good. But oh yeah, and the first time I watched it, honestly, I was like, Bea's doing nothing wrong, because I love a confrontational queen. But then rewatching it, I was like, actually, no, there's some things she could have done differently. I think, I'm sure it's been said, but she kind of like dictated the conversation a little bit. And Trinity, I remember Trinity when she was bringing up what Melanie was doing, like, the way Melanie was like, kept leaning over. Trinity said it very jokingly, and I think that was like, it came from like a very loving place, and I think it was a good direction to go. But then Bea makes it very serious. And I don't know, it like reminded me when I was like in college working at Starbucks, and I'm like joking around with all the other girls, and then there's that one girl who like takes everything way too seriously. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we're all just having a good time, and then she comes up and like reminds you what you did wrong today. I'm speaking of a very specific experience. If anyone knows, please tell me. Like, you know what I mean? And like Melanie does stuff that I don't agree with, but like I know what it's like to be overstimulated, and she was definitely overstimulated in that moment. So yeah, I think Bea could have reeled it in a bit. One thing I will say about Bea, she doesn't seem afraid of confrontation, and that's very admirable. But I don't think not being afraid of confrontation necessarily makes you good at confrontation, if that makes sense. And like, to elaborate, one of my best friends, she is like me in a lot of ways, in that I know confrontation isn't her like natural state. Like, she, like me, just wants everyone to be happy. She wants everyone to be getting along, good time. But if she has to confront you, she will. She does it so nice. She's so nice to me when she tells me I'm doing something wrong. Like, it's so nice. Like, I'm like, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you have that person in your life who like, they call you out, but they do it in like such a tactful way? They're like, hey, I've just, like, it's always like, I've noticed you do this thing, and here's what it causes, and I want to hear your thoughts on it, and then how can I help you with this issue? Like, it's very cooperative, very inclusive, if that makes sense. Like, it's like including you on the solution. The solution isn't just me talking down to you. So yeah, I don't know. I think Bea's used to being in a very specific environment, maybe being the athlete she is. I'm sure she's used to having a lot of discipline, like being very like to the point, very direct. And I'm sure she's like used to being surrounded by people like that. And Melanie's not one of those people. So it was just I think it was ultimately like a clash of experiences. Also, Bea 100% said to Melanie, don't get defensive. That would trigger me. Ooh, that would trigger me. That would trigger me so fast. It's like, it's on par with calm down, and you're overreacting, and you don't have to yell. Ooh, has anyone ever been told you don't have to yell when you're not yelling? Find a way to make me yell faster than telling me not to yell when I'm not yelling. My God. I just wrote this as a note. I don't think Corbin is that attractive. I think he is just tall and has a deep voice. I personally don't trust tall men. I know they're just all the rage. I know they're a la mode. Every single girl I know who's looking for a man, they're looking for a man over 6'4". And I do see like the aesthetic appeal. Being a tall girl myself, I'm 5'9". But when I encounter a tall man in the wild, I'm mean to him. Intentionally so. I'm like, you've had it too good. People have been too nice to you about this one little thing about yourself, and I'm gonna tear you down. Just a bit. That being said, I will say that short men have their own issues as well. Short men are either the most secure, most reliable man you've ever met, or they spend their lives blaming every inconvenience on their shortness. There's really no in between. There's no such thing as a mid short guy. He's either the worst or like your favorite person. I just noticed I'm getting like closer and closer to the camera. Is that because you and I are getting closer? Is that what's happening? That's cute. Melanie cracks me up. It was very entertaining when she walked past Kata asking for an ear. Kata, the person that she dunked for frankly really unfounded reasons. The fact that she's going, hey, can I talk to someone? And Kata is looking at her like that one puppet meme. Cinema. So good. So, but no, and guess who does come for her? Anaya, which I'll be honest, like around this point in the show, I was like, that's very sweet that Anaya is comforting. By the end, when she plays counselor for every single person, I'm kind of like, okay, enough already. Girl, you gotta comfort yourself sometimes. You gotta fill your cup, as they say. And Anaya just doesn't fill her cup. She's always filling other people's cups. But also one thing I'll say, and it kind of becomes like clear here, Anaya is very, like, you can tell she really wants to be supportive of the girls and a lot of the guys too. Like she wants to be a good friend. And I love that. However, I don't think she ever gives like more than like surface level advice that's not just like, you're amazing, your feelings are valid. Like, I don't think she really gets to like the core issue. And to be fair, I don't think it's her job to do that anyway. But the fact that she kind of tries to be that position, like, girl, just play the game. Just play the game. You don't stop worrying about everyone's feelings. Also, a thing Melanie did in this episode where I was like, girl, do you know you're on, where do you think you are right now? Like, what show? Do you know you're on TV? When she goes to Sincere. She goes to Sincere and like very much makes it very clear she wants him to be a friend, is what she says. You're like, hey, can you just be a friend to me? I need someone who will just lend me an ear. I don't want to disregard a whole facet of our relationship for the sake of this one conversation in which I need to be validated. I just think that's doing a guy dirty. And I know Sincere didn't like it either. Oof, but this is when I was like, yep, Corbin's not good. He's a dirty, stinking liar. He's a cheater. Well, I don't know if he's a cheater. That's base. I didn't mean cheating in like the context of romantic cheating. I mean like he cheats at Uno. Partly because he doesn't know the rules. But yeah, Corbin going to Kenzie. And for me, he gave the impression that he was very interested in her singularly, like, I'm just into you, girl. I'm not gonna kiss anyone else. Like, that was the vibe he was giving off, and he kisses her. And then the way he goes to Kata, tries to pull the same thing, but Kata's a different breed. Kata and Kenzie, they're different sides of the spectrum. Oh my god, did you hear my lisp there? Different sides of the spectrum. Who am I? Am I Stacy from Zoe 101? Jesus. But yeah, I love that Kata doesn't fall for it. It's like so perfectly on brand. So like, it's like the show was written, but it couldn't be written. And yeah, Corbin saying like, no, I haven't kissed anyone else. I don't like the lying for no reason. Corbin just lying about not kissing other girls. Like, just be honest, bro. Why do you have to lie about it? It tells me, like, if you're willing to, like, lie about random shit like that, what else are you willing to lie about? And, like, not to generalize, but you know what I mean? Love Trinity trying to have deep talks with him, though. Love that. I love Trinity just trying to get to the meat of every subject. Really love that for her. This is also where we get the confirmation that Trinity is pretty nonchalant about Bryce. I wouldn't say that about Bryce for Trinity, though. He seems pretty smitten with her, and it's very cute. Oh, and Trinity and Bryce talking about their childhood, and then Bryce being like... like Bryce being like, what did he say? He was like, I got made fun of in school because I was just so good looking. Okay, Zoolander. Like, one little thing I loved about this episode, and it's like, who am I to say this stuff coming from the background I come from? But I will say I thought it was nice that we got some love for dark-skinned girls, because this is like an experience I don't have, but I understand that dark-skinned girls often feel very unwanted because of like the stigmas. So getting like some love for them, I was like, yes, let's uplift the girls. Because I remember like Trinity said something about how she got made fun of for her appearance as a kid, and Bryce was like, what are you talking about? You look like a doll. Also, I didn't talk about this, but KC just giving some love for Anaya and talking about how beautiful she is. I shouldn't like impose my own opinion on experiences I don't have, but I feel like I can still at the same time cheer on people with different experiences for me and get excited when they get love and validation, because that's absolutely what they deserve. The only thing where I get a little iffy is it's like, was that good enough validation for them though? Because who am I to say if it was? It's for them to say, if that makes sense. So it's like, I want to give them points for that, but not too much credit. You know what I mean? Because like it's for the girls to give them credit. So, but yeah, I thought that was nice to see, is all I'm trying to say. Sean goes home. Bye, Sean. And the episode ends with a preview for the bombshells, and I was frothing at the mouth. I get way too excited for every bombshell that comes into this show, except Corbin. I didn't even notice when Corbin was there. I was like, who? What's that TikTok of the guy who, like, he works at a corporate job, and every time his manager calls, he's like, I need you at work now. And he's like, who is this? That's me with Corbin. Oh boy. Okay, episode 6. Finally, the show got spicy. The show got good. And, you know, I've been very nice to the show so far because I think the show deserves, like, some praise because, like I said, the production design has been great. I think what we've been lacking in up until episode 6 has been there just hasn't been a lot of stuff going on with the connections and with, like, the cast itself. I don't know, like, it just, there hasn't been, like, as much chemistry as, like, I don't mean to hold everything up to season 6, but let's be honest, season 6 of Love Island, incredible cast chemistry. But yeah, this episode starts with the infamous paint bed. Ew is all I have to say about that bed. Gross. What did they do with the mattress after it? Because I imagine, like, paint just soaked through it. What are they gonna use it for? What happens to that mattress? Kenzie's sad for 2 seconds that Sean's been dumped. But, oh, look over here, Kenzie. We got some big hands for you. So yeah, Kenzie's a little too excited, but the body BT in that strappy black dress. I love a dress with keyholes. I love a dress with straps. I love a dress with little, where fabric is supposed to be and it's not. That's fun. Gabriel. I keep changing how I pronounce his name. Sometimes I give it effort and I say it the way I think it's supposed to be said. Sometimes I call him Gabriel or Gabe. I should start calling him Gabby. Can we call him Gabby? Gabriel and Bea are cute in the sense that they're, like, both attractive people, but they don't give endgame material. I think Bea is spot on. She says, it might be this episode, but she says at some point, she's like, if another bombshell comes in, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, if he gets pulled away, that's not my man. Which I do love that attitude, that kind of, like, you know, detachment that you really need in the show, but she's not really doing anything about it, is the thing. Like, girl, be grafting, like, talk to people, like, and she's not really doing that. I thought she was really playing the game in the beginning, and now I don't know. Anaya also gives Sincere validation, and yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm tired, not Sincere specifically, but just, like, Anaya just being there for everyone and being their emotional support person. Girl. Oh, this is also the episode when Bryce and Trinity do each other's nails. I thought that was so cute. That was cute shit. And I get it. I know that this isn't Trinity's man. I feel like we've yet to see Trinity's man, but it's so cute how much Bryce likes Trinity. It's so cute. And I really hope he doesn't get too crushed when Trinity's head turns. Oh, we're talking about the paint bed, specifically Ariana's entrance. I haven't talked much about Ariana, but I will say I've watched quite a few seasons and, like, different Love Island series. Like, I've seen the UK Love Island, US, Australia. I've seen a few of the European ones, like the German one. And I'll be honest, like, Ariana didn't stand out to me for a really long time because I was kind of attached to the original US Love Island cast. I think her name was Ariel. And I love Maya. I love Sophie. I love all those hosts. And Ariana, maybe, or is it Ariana or Ariana? Maddox, we'll call her Maddox. When Maddox came in, like, for the first time, like, she didn't really make a huge impression on me. And I think part of it is because she has a very calm demeanor. You know, she's not as punchy as the first host, but the way she gets to the meat of it, the way she reaches inside you, feels around for that little insecurity of yours, the one you got really deep down, and pulls it out and goes, hey, look at this. What do you think of this? What do any of you think of this? That's incredible. That's talent. And especially in this game, because she comes out wearing the most exquisite, most delectable dress I've seen on this show so far. And I thought that lavender piece, that lavender number was good too, but this blows it out of the water. I would guess it to be custom Taller Marmo. I couldn't find the designer of this dress, but it looks like custom Taller Marmo. Like, it almost looks like an archive dress or something. I could be completely talking out of my ass. I know nothing about fashion, but it was gorgeous. Oh, I love a feather moment. I don't have anything with feathers in mine because I have a dog, but oh, I love a glam moment. I love a glamorous, feathery, glittery, glitzy moment. Melanie kissing Corbin and then kissing Sincere and then kissing Corbin and then kissing Sincere. I'm sure it's been discussed and I'm sure we all agree. It was problematic, but it was also kind of the tea. It was kind of iconic. It's kind of the moment. Like, it's the behavior that every Scorpio horoscope tells me I'm capable of, but I'm like, I'm never gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, that is what people say Scorpios do, and most Scorpios are like abiding by society's guidelines. Not Melanie. Not Melanie. Melanie is gonna do what she wants, and then when repercussions arrive, she's gonna be very confused. That's how Melanie operates. And then the bombshells arrive. Soul is so pretty. Oh my God. I love a girl with a pixie cut. I do. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous. She has the most beautiful, this is gonna sound weird, but she has like the most beautiful like skull shape. You know what I mean? Like, just her structure is gorgeous. Bombshell is bombshelling. Bombshell is bombshelling. Jen hasn't made much of an impression on me, I'll be honest. She's gorgeous. They all are. I love the little mole by her lip. It's very Cindy Crawford. And, you know, someone who's got like a little mole myself, you know, I'm like, represent. I got so hyped up when I realized what was going on with the paint. Like, I was like, oh my God, the bombshells are gonna be a different color. The bombshells are gonna be a different color. And we're gonna see, and the Islanders are gonna freak out. Like, I was so excited. I was so excited to watch these Islanders play their version of Ace Detective. I was like, their minds are gonna be so blown and challenged in this moment. I can't wait. And then when they were like, wait, who's red? It did not disappoint. It was good. Casey with the red paint. See the colors mixed. Oh, and then Caleb arrives, and Kenzie, she's got her cowboy coming in, and I was psyched for her. Caleb comes in, and he's this very much, I want to be a cowboy, baby vibes. It's that vibe, and I'm psyched. I'm so psyched. I'm ready to watch Caleb and Kenzie kiki. Oh, one thing I'll also say about Caleb, does anyone else get discount store Rob vibes from Caleb? Like, you know, like he mimicked the accent from Rob, like he studied him. There was even this part where my boyfriend and I were watching, and when he was like, you know, having chats with the other girls, and he was just kind of like doing his own thing, we were already like making this joke, like, oh my God, he's dollar store Rob, to the point where like even he did this thing where he like scratched his head, and my partner was like, did he study the way Rob scratches his head? Because he does it the same way. Like, tell me he didn't study Rob and was like, I'm gonna get this man's whole ass career, because Rob has a great career. He won The Traitors. Oh my God, that was such a good season of The Traitors. Okay, I don't have much to say about episode 7, which is good because this video is already really long. I was right about Zach. I was absolutely right about Zach. I hated when he told Kata he was closed off and then felt suffocated by his own words. And then, like, bro, why did... I know, I have no doubt. Like, we've talked about this. We've talked about, like, why he backtracked. Or not why he backtracked, but, like, the nerve of it. The audacity. It's like he heard out loud how goofy it was to say he was closed off in week 1. But he almost like... The thing that really gets me is it kind of felt like he weaponized the I'm closed off conversation to use it as an excuse to be mad at Kata, to be like, yeah, oh, here I am telling these people I'm closed off when you're just messing around with other guys. Like, that was the vibe of it. But then what she took away from it was, you're closed off. And it could have been a cute moment if Zach meant it, but he didn't. I'm being a little harsh, but I've met people like Zach, and that performative, cute, quirky guy. It's not good. It's like the nice guy. He's a nice guy. Oh my God, he's so a nice guy. Such a nice guy. I hate it. Not, you know what I mean by nice guy. Like, not like he's a nice guy. I mean, he's a nice guy. Oh, also in this episode, I thought it was I think it's Bryce, but one of the guys was talking about road trips in this episode, and he was like, oh yeah, we stop at every red light. Like, he was just talking about it. He was like, yeah, we stop at every red light. And I'm like, I hope so. I really hope so. Oh, and I loved, like, every episode, Trinity is just the next Diane Sawyer. Like, look out, Alice Cooper. Trinity is coming for your job. I genuinely, like, I know we don't need another influencer starting a podcast. If Trinity started a podcast, I would absolutely listen to it, because you know she's gonna ask the hard-hitting questions. Kenzie seems very conflicted between Corbin and Caleb, and after seeing her interact with both people, I'm like, why? I feel like it's pretty obvious. Like, you have so much chemistry with Caleb. Caleb's also, like, the guy you go for. You said you wanted your cowboy. I want to be a cowboy, baby. You've already heard a bunch of crazy shit about Corbin. I hope this is wrong. I really hope Kenzie. I really hope Kenzie doesn't have this idea in her head, like hearing what the other girls have said about Corbin. I really hope she doesn't think in her head like that it'll be different from her, because it won't. It's gonna be the same for every girl. Oh, please don't think you're the exception, Kenzie. When he kissed Sol the first time and he didn't tell anyone, like he went to keep it a secret, I was like, and then he and Sol kiss a second time, and that time Melanie walked in. I can't help but think that if Melanie hadn't walked in, he wouldn't have mentioned that kiss either. Like, I think he wants to keep her around as an option still, which I hate to say it, but I understand that on this show, but it doesn't make it okay. But yeah, like when he talks to her after she walks in on them kissing and she realizes like, oh, they did kiss, like they have that whole conversation, he tries to like minimize it. Like, he's like, oh no, but it wasn't crazy. It wasn't, he literally goes, it was nothing crazy though. I'm like, what do you mean it was nothing crazy? Like, guys didn't get naked? Like, yeah, I hope so. You were in the speakeasy. Oh, so I love Sol just going into soul ties with Gabriel. Like, that's so messy. Like, everyone like really has this like sacred aura around soul ties. That's what the sign back there says, by the way. You probably can't read it from here. I can't read it on my viewfinder. Soul ties is crazy is what it said. But yeah, just bringing a random person to soul ties is so funny when everyone is like, no, that's when you bring your special person. They've been like saving that corner, and she just broke it in irreverently. So good. Anyway, but yeah, Sol and Sincere. I think inevitably Sol and Melanie are gonna have, if Melanie doesn't go home soon, like it's gonna either be before the elimination or after, there's a chance Melanie and Sol might have a conversation and Melanie is gonna learn about the other kiss and she's gonna like go nuts. I think Kenzie is gonna couple up with Caleb. I really want her to. I think they have way better chemistry than Corbin. I've said it before, I think Corbin's just tall. I don't know what's gonna happen with Zach. I think Zach's gonna just go for Jen, even though he said before he doesn't like blondes, but now he feels like he can't go back to Kata because he made himself a fool. And I hope Kata just moves on from Zach, frankly, because she's a baddie and she deserves it. Who do I think Kata will couple up with? I can't imagine who Kata would couple up with right now, though. Like, a few people, it's obvious. Like, I think Trinity and Bryce are gonna stay together this week. I think Casey and Anaya, again, if Anaya stays, Casey and Anaya will stay together. You know, I don't think there's gonna be a huge amount of upheaval, but it does make me wonder what's gonna happen to Kata. Anyway, yeah, that's my yap on the first week of Love Island USA season 8. Next week, I'll be back with another few episodes to talk about. I'm gonna try and do this like intermittently. I can't do every single episode. It's too much because I want to do other stuff. I don't want this to be a Love Island channel, but I'll see what I can do. And in the meantime, I love you. Oh, editing Kayla's gonna be so mad later. Don't start over. Don't do that thing, Kayla, where you start over and you make editing Kayla start over too. Don't do it.